So when Goodman's letter reached News International 4 years ago, it set off a chain reaction which now threatens embarrassment for Rupert and James Murdoch personally. So this is part two. This is part two of the other shoe dropping on News Corp. In part one, it was the letter that was sent by Goodman, and it's the guy, the royal correspondent, sent by Goodman after his 4-year jail term, basically saying to News International, I will expose all of you. Well, part two, that is problematic for the Murdochs, is what they did after they got this letter. The company didn't want to pay Goodman off. They ended up paying him off, but they didn't want to bring him back. He requested disclosure of emails sent to and from 6 named senior journalists on the paper. Remember, these senior journalists are redacted. The company then collected 2,500 emails and sent them to Harbottle and Lewis, a law firm, and asked the law firm to examine them. Harbottle and Lewis then produced a letter which has been previously published by the internal committee at News International. It says, quote, I can confirm that we did not find anything in those emails which appeared to us to be reasonable evidence that Clive Goodman's illegal actions were known about and supported by both or either of Andy Coulson, the editor, Niall Wallace, the deputy editor, and or that Ian Edmondson, the news editor, and others were carrying out similar illegal procedures. So this letter that they got from Harbottle and Lewis was used in front of Parliament by the Murdochs to say, look here, we got a clean bill of health. Essentially, Bush saying, we didn't torture, our lawyers said we didn't. But unlike those torture lawyers, these lawyers are saying, whoa, 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 whoa. That was not a clean bill of health. We didn't say anything happened. We were hired to say, did those 2,500 emails that you gave us show sufficient evidence in a court of law, in our opinion, that you could get in trouble? We didn't do an investigation as to whether or not this happened. We just did an investigation as to whether or not these emails, if released, would implicate you. So don't drag us into this. In fact, Harbottle and Lewis came out last month and said it finds it hard to credit James Murdoch repeated claim that News International rested on its letter as part of their grounds for believing that Goodman was a rogue reporter. It says that News International's view of the law firm's role is, quote, self-serving, and that Rupert Murdoch's claim that it was hired to, quote, find out what the hell was going on was inaccurate and misleading. Although it adds that he may have been confused or misinformed about its role. In other words, we don't want to totally screw him over because, well, we're nervous about them. They write, there was absolutely no question of the firm being asked to provide News International with a clean bill of health, which it could deploy years later in a wholly different context for wholly different purposes. The firm was not being asked to provide some sort of good conduct certificate, which News International could show to Parliament, nor was it being given a general retainer, as Rupert Murdoch asserted it was, to find out what the hell was going on. Its job was basically to say, will you be effed by these 2,500 emails? And they said, we don't think so. That's very different than saying we've investigated and found that you guys didn't know about this stuff. James Murdoch, Rupert Murdoch, you guys are up the proverbial Thames River without a paddle. Good luck to you.